winner of the Grade 9 Declamation. I cannot think of anyone who deserved it more, as it was clear he put an incredible amount of passion and effort into his work. Tackling the issue of perfection, it is my honor to introduce Wael Kanaan.
Then it was in his hand, and he looked at it carefully, but it was the same apple, unchanged, the same size and shape, a perfect sphere. Lewis Lowry, The Giver. Lewis Lowry is an American writer credited with more than 30 novels. She is known for risky fiction novels in which she expresses complex ideas such as the Holocaust and racism. Probably her most controversial novel is The Giver. The Giver talks about a boy named Jonas who lives in a community that's different from ours today. His community evolves around the idea of perfection. How? Through organization. The creators manipulated the people into thinking that their lives were normal when their lives were actually anything but. How could someone not fit in? The community was so meticulously ordered, the choices so carefully made, Jonas said. That is a glimpse of the manipulation and organization this community was built on. Also, the laws they set were anything but common. Probably the most astonishing was that they chose the citizens' partners. I know I wouldn't want to live there. I don't want to be put in a house with a lady I've never met before, knowing that she's going to be the mother of my children. Anyhow, that is what makes The Giver so special. Any person can interpret it in his own way. Any person can relate it to himself. Personally, I related it to the idea of perfection. Why? The answer is simple. Over and over again, my parents tell me, Wael, if you want to get into a great university, you have to be perfect. And over again, I ask myself, what does it mean to be perfect? I want to ask you the same question. What is perfection in your eyes, in your own perspective? The literal definition of perfection is the process of improving something until it is faultless. Again, what does it mean to be faultless? Those are questions my brain was obsessing about. Then I read The Giver. The Giver was the answer to my questions. I could compare the countries of today with the creators in the community. They all strive to be perfect, to create that perfect community. Look to the right, you see the US. Look to the left, you see the UK. Look up, you see Russia. Look down, you see China. All these countries aspire to be perfect, thus increasing their power. But what they don't realize is that there is no perfection. Let's take the creators of The Giver as an example. They had all the resources in the world. They could manipulate anyone. And at the end, they failed. Now, look at the US. They have most of the money in the world, more than we could even count. And is the United States perfect? The answer is no. The crime rate is still high, people are still dying from diseases, and there are still poor people there. These are all flaws that just cannot be overcome. You see, now take your community as an example, be it the United States, the UK, Jordan, or even here at King's. Do you find it to be flawless? Nothing negative about it? I don't think so. Every place, every person, everything you look at, it is never going to be faultless. Therefore, according to the definition of perfection, nothing is ever going to be perfect. After thinking about that, I decided that I wasn't just going to tell myself that there is no perfection, so everything my parents told me was wrong. I did the opposite. I changed my perspective of perfection. I created my own definition. My definition is simple. It evolves around the idea of transcendence, going beyond what you've done before, going that one foot further, that one step higher. That is my definition. Now, what is yours? Thank you.